Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome to By Day and Night. By Day and Night is a short RPG pixel game designed to help the player recognize the stages of grief and provide a story in the process. This is a fantasy slash cute slash adventure sort of game. Let's see what this has to offer for us, the player. Controls: arrow keys is to move, space or enter is to interact, X or escape is to open the menu, and shift is to run. A very good function indeed, running. Created by Keekeeome. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, apologies if I did butcher it. Phew. I don't remember this being such a long trip when I was younger. A very interesting sprite style. This place certainly hasn't changed much. Let's take a look around. Remember to save your game often and explore a lot, don't you worry. If anybody knows me, I am a save-aholic, which means that I save a lot, because I'm always afraid of losing progress. Nothing special here. I would say that the footsteps are just a little too loud in contrast to other sounds, but that's just a small thing to notice. Mostly just dust inside. How does dust even form inside of a cabinet? There's the air that you put into it when you open it up. Like, it has to set somewhere. That's why things which are airtight don't get dusty, because there's no air to make it dusty. It's like it's a vacuum. And when it's a vacuum, well, it's kind of like one's own imagination sometimes, completely devoid of anything ritual. The sun and the moon. Father really did love his astronomy work. I was about to say astrology there, but that's two different fields of studies in space. Of space, sorry. Well, you could study space in space. You know, you could be on the moon, for example, and study space while you're in space. Technically, we're in space ourselves. Nothing left on these shelves. Are you sure? Have you looked at the back? These cracks are seriously dangerous. Not as dangerous as travelling to an unknown place, though. I thought you said you know this place, since you said that nothing much has changed. Unless you're referring to something else. Possibly. It's strange being back here. Exactly. You know this place. Nothing's left on the shelves. These shelves. Scraps of worn paper. Search for shelf. Absolutely. Puzzles. Nope, nothing. Just like my chances. Nothing left on these shelves. I'm joking. Just not as many chances right now as we did in the past. Search through a box. Only because of this pandemic, that's all. Scraps of old books and paper. Scattered papers. And that is primarily why, at the moment, I've been uploading more videos. And every day as well, because there's nothing else to do at this point in time other than play games, watch anime, catch up with those in your household as frequently as you want to. Scribbled thoughts. I would say don't linger around too much, especially if you've been on a walk or something like that. I personally love to wash my hands as soon as I get in, then take a shower. It's locked? I wonder where the key went. Probably through one of its cracks. Search with a box. Absolutely, that's a good idea. Nothing useful. So there is something in there, but nothing useful. There's a door there which we can't interact with. I save. Save again. The save of destiny. I don't know why I would assume anything of use is inside of ours. Mother wouldn't let anything touch her plants. Not at all. Search through the box, absolutely. We search through all of these boxes for an answer. Nothing I could use inside of this box. Be wary of that. Stick your hand inside, and then when I pull it out, it's just an arm. Absolutely not. The spider in here certainly cannot afford to pay for home renovations. What are you trying to say? You're trying to say there's a spider inside that pot? No keys in here. Boxes are stacked high. What about this box? Ah, some old wire. I bet I could use this to open the lock. Good thing we didn't take everything when we left. Yeah, boy, no point in searching it. But we didn't even search that box, huh? Search the shelf, yes please. Did we have the key? Only books are here. Still, knowledge is power. My old bed is so tidy. You could hardly tell I used to jump straight out of it every morning as a little girl. As a teeny weeny little one. One who before doing YouTube. That's right. Mother and Father's bed. One side was more used than the other. Okay. I was thinking, what do you mean by that? But why it worked? Go inside. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm not sure if I'm ready to face reality. The truth. It works twice. Okay. When you use it once, there should be a multiplicity event. No shortage of boxes in this house, that's for sure. We're all boxed up. Nothing special. Boxed up in our self-quarantine. The shelf is full of research on strange, spirit-like animals. Wisps? Rabbits and deer are illustrated that look quite different from the ones I've seen. Where do they come from? If we're talking ones that only exist in fantasy, then inside the mind, dear. We haven't even figured out the name. Oh, Clara is the name of our protagonist. You were so messy. You're talking about your dad. This book is filled with notations on bizarre magic. Sorry about that, folks. This all looks so unpleasant. I hope you didn't have anything to do with this, Father. Scraps of astronomy research notes. I don't know why I said it like that. Nothing of importance inside. And this one? No. Yeah, of course. We've already read that. Nope. What about the store? Of course. That was a bit of a sudden transfer. I did not know that. I used to love exploring this forest as a child. It was wonderful growing up somewhere with all of this wildlife, fresh air, and open space to explore. Space. Astronomy. Mind blown. I didn't even mind not having neighbours. We were happy. All three of us. Father never let me through this gate as a child. There's no telling what's waiting on the other side, or if I'll be able to come back. Enter? I just need a moment. We just need a moment to save ourselves. Yes, please, here I go. Avoiding the creepy crawlies that are respect. This is definitely a fantasy-like scenario. We can't go from a pleasant sunny day to a snowy wintry day. Whoa! What is this winter wonderland? Kind of reminds me of Pokemon Blue and Red. Like the trees, it's very pleasant. So this is what Father was researching. What a strange climate shift. Indeed it is. I would have loved seeing this as a kid. Why didn't you ever let me have a peek? There's probably a good reason. Ah, how strange. The snow here, the air. None of it's cold. Very fantasy-like scenario. It's supposed to be a cold environment, but yet it's not a cold environment. So are you sure your father studies in astronomy or alchemy? That makes sense, except it's not chilly. And the trees aren't blooming. No blooming flowers in this wintry landscape. I was about to say hellscape, but that's not quite accurate at all. Another map. I wonder if one of these is unique, unlike the others. The others are the same, where one is unique. Yeah, the game says it takes about an hour to complete, so... Oh. Is that a reindeer? A deer? Oh dear. Mind blown. That's the first time we've ever heard that pun before. It's a deer. Oh dear. Was that one of the strange animals from Father's notes? I think I see a clearing up ahead. Clear me faultless. That sound in the distance, it sounds like cooking. No, it sounds like a horse carriage. Damn it. I thought something was... Oh no. What happened now? Oh. A person. It seems like they need help. Are you sure they need help? Ma'am? Whoa, who? Who thinks it's a good idea to sneak up on an old woman like that? Ah, I'm so sorry. You seem like you could use some help. I didn't mean to startle you. That's alright, dear. But who are you? How did you end up out here anyway? Where did you come from? She asked so many questions. My name is Clara. I come from the forest. You mean the forest gate? We all know about the gate. Even if some only believe it to be a legend. A young man once came through the forest gate. He was a curious person and very friendly. He even spent some time at my shop just studying our village. He often spoke of a daughter on the other side of that gate. An enthusiastic little girl by the name of Clara. That's me! So you knew my father? I knew him very well. I couldn't be luckier running into you. It's just coincidental. But why are you here? You and your mother. I assumed you'd both be gone when you got the word. We moved away when I was young. I barely remember anything besides how upset Mother was. Even as the years passed, she got upset if I mentioned our old house, so never asked or thought to come back. Until now, 15 years later, Mother, she passed away. Just a month ago it happened. I thought, well, now would be the right time to come back, to find out more about what Father did when I was young. After sorting things through, I felt like it was time I got to make the decision to come here myself, though I had no real plan on what I would do once I got here. I'm sorry to hear about your mother, dear. Losing a loved one can be very hard. Everyone handles it differently. That is entirely correct. I recently lost a loved one. My granddad, for example. He was an irreplaceable individual in my life. Your father was a great friend, and I had hoped one day I would meet his family. And here you are. My name is Thea. I work in the village near here as a jewelry smith. You were right to assume I needed help, not resume. I hear a bump on the road and my cart spilled over my firewood. Some help would be great if you wouldn't mind, and I'd be more than happy to give you a ride to the village. You're even welcome to stay with me if you like. Really? Thank you so much, Thea. Hell yeah, that's the last of it. I don't know what I would have done without you, Clara. I'm just happy I got here at the right time. I remember my father talking about the kind people he had met over here. I hope I can have the pleasure to befriend you also. I consider us friends long before we met, Clara. About father. We'll be wanting to get back to the village soon. The sun will be setting and I'm sure you'll want to look around a bit. We shall do. How is it not cold here? Here we are. We are within the village. Feel free to explore the town, dear. I'll be inside whenever you feel ready to settle in. Thank you, Thea. I slide across the floor. I'm a little joking. Let's see, what's this? Thea's carriage. I'll have to visit the horse stable in the back later. Right. Let's visit the village. I haven't seen you around here before. Welcome to our village. You're new around here, aren't you? It's a beautiful day outside. So today it snows, tomorrow it snows, the day after it snows, yesterday it snowed, and the day before that it snowed. Is there some sort of pattern going on here? Feel free to come back and talk to me anytime. I have a secret I could tell you. It means so much to me that you're playing my... Ah, it's a developer's note. Heh. Aww. That's sweet. I love little things like that in a game that talks to the player directly rather than the in-game characters. Just something here and there. Just something, even if it's just here. It's brilliant. You just came in with Thea, didn't you? She's a wonderful lady. It's a pity what she's been put through. What do you mean? Her only child passed away a long time ago. That's terrible. Poor Thea. We've both had loss. Maybe that's why we're connected so fast. Yeah, why we connected so fast. Okay, so there's nothing else here. I shouldn't venture too far. Thea may worry. Okay, so we'll just go to the other side and... Oh, we can go down here. Oh, there's an intersection. We'll go this way first. Here's more people. Hey, lady. You're not from around here, are you? It's so cool having someone new around. News really travels fast here. A bit too fast, if you ask me. A bit too fast. Is there somebody else who's going to break the fourth wall? I miss my garden already. It's snowing. Can a garden even grow here? Exactly. Is it winter 24/7 here? You shouldn't venture too far away. Okey pokey. We'll get straight into the news. Not really though. There's no news to report. Shouldn't venture too far. Shouldn't venture too far. But why is this intersection here then, if there's no function to it? Maybe there is later on. Hello. Clara, you're back. Greetings. I hope you got to explore quite a bit. Yes, your village is lovely. Everyone seems so friendly. My neighbours are a wonderful bunch of people. But don't let us spoil you. The annual contests we host bring out our competitive sides. I think I could fit in just fine here. It's getting late now. Why don't I show you to the room you can stay in? Yes. Homely. You can stay here as long as you'd like, Clara. It's a bit dusty, but I'm sure it's better than the forest. Thank you so much, Thea. I have no clue what I would have done if I haven't run into you. Consider it an old favour repaid. What do you mean? Your father, during his stay over here, he took it upon himself to look into some of the troubles that our village has been facing. Clara, Did your mother ever tell you anything? I'll take that as a no. The night your father took matters into his own hands, he left behind two letters. One was for me, the other for your mother and yourself. She knew why then. Don't blame her, dear. Deciding what to tell you, how to tell you, when to tell you, all while grieving her own loss. It's not an easy thing to do. I couldn't be upset with her, even with something like this. I could tell how much losing father had hurt her. Although I didn't agree with your father's decision, he had the right intentions. Our village hadn't been the same for a long time. I admired his commitment despite being an outsider. What exactly was my father doing, Thea? But that's what it takes, though, for an outside influence to come inside a socialization pool, and for that reason, whatever troubles were here couldn't be solved by somebody who was on the inside, and therefore a catalyst, such as a person on the outside, would have to come in and solve whatever was going on. I'm rambling on at this point. Your village seems lovely. What was he investigating? What did he take into his own hands? It's quite the long tale. Your father had grown very attached to it. It's not something astronomy related. Our world hasn't been around for that long, Clara. When it first started, spiritual forms and physical forms existed as separate beings and they lived in harmony. Obviously, one of them couldn't agree with one another. And I suspect the sun and the moon has something to do with this, like when an eclipse appears or something like that. Over time, these spiritual and physical energies combined and multiplied, evolving into the creatures that you know of back from your home. The world was splitting, though, and the pure energies of the spiritual and physical creatures would remain here, while those who combined will go on to live on the other side of that gate. Your father found that gate in the forest and started to learn about our history. As time passed, things on this side of the gate became more chaotic. Two beings were lent the power to tend to our budding world, but even their existence experienced strain and they disappeared in the chaos they sought to control. It's these beings that your father came to be obsessed with. He claimed to have found these lost souls and was resolved to heal them, to bring them back. But why would father want them to return? I'm not sure. Pity? Empathy? Perhaps it was a scientist's curiosity. I had my own misgivings. I warned him that our knowledge of these souls was lost to time. I asked him to reconsider his plan. Who knew what would happen when he succeeded? Your father argued it was morally imperative, and continued on with his work. Then one day, all that was left were two letters, for me and his family, you and your mother. Father always tried to fix broken things. He had good intentions, but so much of this makes no sense. I don't hate him for leaving. I just don't understand why. Thank you, Thea, for telling me all of this, for taking care of me. Even if I still don't understand why, knowing the history father left behind is comforting. Of course, dear. You remind me so much of my daughter. Now, it's been a long day. You have quite the adventure ahead of you, and you'll need plenty of rest for it. Let's go to bed. Yes, I sleep with my eyes open. Don't judge me. It's so hard to sleep. Father, why? Why were you so obsessed with those two? There's so much I don't understand. The room feels somber, too, despite being so cozy. I wonder what Thea normally uses this room for. A bit of investigation. Assorted items. Assorted items? Oh. This must be Thea's daughter. Maybe this was her room. Thea hasn't really mentioned much about her. She seems to be in denial. You think so? Also, that scarf around that blackbird is cute. I'm sure it's very hard for her. Maybe it's a crow. Either a blackbird or a bird from the rook family. Crow family, sorry. A rook is a kind of crow. Assorted items. This one looks like the one's father had in his study. Wait. Charlie's? It is one of his journals. There's a letter tucked between the pages. Dear Thea, I've decided I must venture to that part of the forest. I know you disapprove, but I've come too far to be stopped now. I cannot say for sure whether this will be my final journey. Should it be, please see that my letter reaches my wife and daughter. Tell them, especially Clara, how much I love them both. Thank you for everything. Charlie's. The rest of the journal is blank. Oh, more notes on magic, like in Father's study. Father figured out that the magic is being used to distress and harm the creatures he had documented. It seems whoever was doing this wants to make these spirit creatures physical? Why? The notes end that the magic may have been maybe having unintended consequences. Now I have even more questions. Like what? I'm going to hold on to this journal for a bit. Okey pokey. Is this the balcony? Is this what one may call a balcony? Oh, the deer from beforehand. It's looking right at me. Does it want me to come down? I don't know. The village looks serene and safe at night, except there's a deer staring at me. Oh dear. An assortment of Thea's household items. The same. These plants are growing beautifully. They're indoors, ones I believe. Thea's bedroom. I should be careful not to wake her. Yes, that is the point. A beautiful, beautiful assortment of plants. Thea's household. I really shouldn't be snooping around Thea's house. Yeah, even though we're kind of doing that right now. Candles, plants. I hope Thea doesn't mind. Hello, dear. So this is what the crossroads were for. Where's it going? It must want me to follow. What if we break the cycle and don't? I'm joking. Oh dear, it's one of these puzzles. Oh, I thought it'd be one of those puzzles where you go one way, then it takes you to another set of crossroads, but if you go the wrong way, then you start from the maze again. One of those labyrinths. A bit of a long road. And who are you? You don't appear to be human. Who is that? Hello? No. Whoa, she's so pretty. Sort of an embodiment of the moon. Excuse me? I hear her muttering something. But she doesn't know, well, she doesn't seem to know I'm here. How strange. I wonder if Father found her during his research. Maybe the journal has some notes that I have overlooked. Ah, Father noted that this white rose is vitally important to her. Perhaps I could find one to give to her. That's a good observation. A good observation indeed. Where can we find a said white flower? She seems so sad. I remember when I was sad, Mother would let me work it all out. Even when she didn't understand me, she made me feel like my sadness or anger were important. It can be hard, but just do your best to keep your head held high, Clara. Head held high. I'll keep my head up for you, Mum. You keep your head up for yourself, Clara. For your own personal development. Why can't we go back? Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a doozy when it comes to... Ah, maybe one of these ones. The thorns seem to have parted, reaching to the bush. Hopefully this will catch your attention. So we don't have a option to see what items that we have. Hello, a flower from our wedding. Who are you? My name is Clara, and you are a strange child. I am the goddess. At least I once was long ago. What do you mean long ago? A tragedy took place many years ago in my kingdom. My wife, they... How can I show her that she can trust me? Your wife? Was she beautiful like you? No. Much, much more beautiful. I've yet to behold her equal. I can hear in your voice how much you love her. I know how terrible it feels losing someone you love. You know of loss? Both of my parents have passed away. I miss them dearly, but I know I'll see them again one day. Such an awful burden to bear. My wife and I became separated during a fierce battle, and I lost her. A battle? I was once the goddess, ruler of these lands. My power came from the twilight sky. I was told the moon has never shone so brightly as it had upon my birth. Even now, I feel the moon's blessing echo within me each night. My wife was a warrior. Though I used my power to care for our people, to rule with benevolence and kindness, many seek domination and power over the land. Together, my wife and I trained, studied, and listened to the plights of our people, to fight back those who would commit evil. But, child, there is always someone, something, stronger than you. That's what we call there's always a bigger fish. The enemy we faced was merciless and untiring. Struggle as we may, it was in vain. I remember gazing upon the moon, attacking in an act of desperate final defiance. And then everything went black, and my wife was gone. So she must be the ones of the souls that Father was trying to help. Looking up at the twilight sky, praying and hoping, but it's useless. Don't say that. I'm sure you can see each other again. How could you be so positive, child? Do you have any idea how long I've waited? The future is unpredictable, and everyone needs time to grieve and heal. But you have to remember, she would want you to be happy. For you to know that your love is why you'll see each other again. Heh. You're a delightfully strange child. Your words echo the sentiments of a man I met many moons ago. How charming. He even tried to reunite my wife and I. So you're saying, father. Despite his failure, the gesture warmed me, much as your being here warms me now, Clara. The moon smiles upon you, as it did your father. Tell me, child, did you intend to attempt to finish what he had started? So it was my father. Tell me, please, what was he doing? Sweet child, should you follow in his footsteps, the road will no doubt lead to danger. I am the goddess no longer. I cannot come with you, but perhaps I can offer one small blessing for your journey. Consider it a small thanks for reminding me of my hope, our love. She and I would share transcends. I'm not sure how that I'm not sure how that sentence goes out. Sorry, just like my grammar. Our time will come again. Thank you, Clara. She's gone. What is that on the ground? A small vial. Are those her tears? Why would I... Well, anyways. Thank you, goddess. Thank you so much indeed. Oh, dear. Didn't mean to be tired. The sun is rising. It's morning already, huh? Aww. Bunnies! They seem so playful and happy. I wonder if they want me to follow them too. Another lost spirit? And why are there two of them as well? That seems to dignify something. Two lost spirits? Or somebody with two stories to read out? Well, they're not as easily approached, it seems. Another individual. One with red hair this time. Excuse me. Wait, who is that? And apologies as well, that's very rude of me. Oh, something just pushed me back. Someone or something really doesn't want me to get over to her. Was it where one of the rabbits went? Surrounded by thorns. Yeah, it's sort of gravitating us away. But I don't think we can leave the area. Okay, so here's this. I can't just go back to the village. But then, what am I supposed to do? The bottle. But what am I supposed to do with this in the forest? Water the flowers? Oh yeah, she did have a wife that was lost, and it was a red-haired wife. But roses started to bloom. All of them? Yeah, I think we do need to water all of them. Yes, that's it. That is the thing that we are required. Watering all of the flowers in this part of the forest. Good. Lovely. Ooh, the wind is kicking up. Hi there. You must be the warrior. You. Approach me. The thorns are too thick. State your name. How dare you interrupt me? I'm Clara. Sorry to interrupt your... What are you doing exactly? Training, marching, readying for war. What would a child like you know of war? Wait. Are you a soldier? A warrior? The greatest this kingdom has ever seen. I am Amelia. Are you challenging me? Face me and tremble, girl. I'm sorry. No. Just... I think I've met your wife before. Blue hair, beautiful face, the goddess. How do you... She told me about you both. She asked me to come and find you. Nia. She's still here? She is. Where? Where is she? Well, I can't... She disappeared. Why would you even tell me she's here? Only to tell me she's gone. What is wrong with you? I'm so... This conversation is pointless. Get out of my sight before I destroy you. Please, listen. I know you're angry, sad and hurting. You have every right to be. But there must be a reason I'm here, that I met her, and now you too. I think you both knew my father too. He wants to help you, heal you both and reunite you. No. I need to finish what he set out to do. Father. Are you the child of that strange man from so long ago? Strange is a word for him, but yes, I'm his daughter. I know he spent so long trying to help you both. I'm here to help finish what he started. What makes you think you could do any differently? Well, I'm not sure. But I can't see any reason to think any differently. I must be able to help you both. History aside, I won't just give up, and you shouldn't either. You share your father's stupid optimism, it seems. His poking around and his meddling only got him killed. What lies ahead of you can only be the same fate. Turn back, foolish girl. My years stuck in this stupid endless forest. How long have I even been here? I can't even remember how I came to be here. All of this is pointless. Well, is there anything that you do remember? I was the kingdom's champion. I strove to help everyone from my birth. This was what I was told I must do. That my purpose in life was to fight. Unlike you, who shares her father's stupid curiosity, I was different from mine. He was the head mage, a man of magic and books. I was trained as a warrior without equal, bound to an oath of duty and devotion to my kingdom. Yet, I never really thought I'd have to do more than spar. The kingdom seemed so quiet, so safe, beyond the occasional bandit or ruffian. I was as wrong as you are naive, child. Danger came. Try as we might, as strong as I was and as much as I swung my blade, nothing mattered. I couldn't stop the danger. The danger was spiritual. With each death, my resolve broke more and more. I had been so confident I could protect everyone. My confidence was sorely misplaced. An entire lifetime of work and training. And I don't think that it is all for nothing. So many people died because of my failure. I don't think that's true. My people, my father, my wife, all dead. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine the pain you've been carrying for so long. You've been so angry all this time. I don't think your wife would want this though. She wouldn't want you to be clouded by hate, by anger. How could you possibly know that? I can't, not for sure. But when I spoke to her, she spent so much time talking about your love. She so dearly wants to be with you again. You've forgotten those moments, the happiness, the comfort, the safety of being together with your family and your kingdom. You can't let your anger make all of that disappear from your heart. Just because they might be gone doesn't mean the love and life that you had together is meaningless. You have to let go of your anger at the world and at yourself. Our time together was everything to me. I regret so much not being strong enough. Why couldn't I do more? But they wouldn't be mad at me. I can see her now, smiling at me, telling me to calm down. She always helped my temper. She would want me to find my peace. How could I be so blind for so long? Maybe you're not so naive at all, child. She loves you so much. I can see how much you love her too. Anger is a strong emotion to overcome, but your love is stronger. You're stronger. You're right. I am strong. You are. And I love my wife. Yes, you are definitely as strange as your father. And as kind. Thank you, Clara. What will you do now? You mean you don't have a plan? No. I told you where your father went, what he tried to do to end our suffering. He never came back. You can't just go forward blindly. I may be stuck here, but I think I can help you with what power I have left. Be careful, and good luck. Wait. Gone. I can see why you two got married. At least your wife left something behind. I hope I can pull this off. The thorns are too thick with hatred. Built for too long. And now to butterflies. Going into the village? Are those butterflies? Indeed they are. There's no time to explore. What do you mean there's always time to explore? Oh, to the left. To the left, to the right. Got an itch on my leg. Near the foot. Oh. They've disappeared. I guess there's nowhere to go but forward. Is there another tale that needs to be unraveled? Clara? Hello. Thea, I'm glad I caught up to you, child. I don't move as fast as I used to. What are you doing here? I need to tell you to stop. What you're doing is dangerous. It's nice to want to follow your father's footsteps, but this is foolish. I know what lies ahead is dangerous, but I have to push forward. I have to try and finish everything he set out to do. Clara, what lies ahead? It's what hurt you, father. I know, Thea. My father's death was foolish and wasn't foolish enough. Wasn't foolish, though. Me and my head. I don't know if I can make a difference, if I can see through his work. But I know that if I don't try, I'll always carry shame and regret. I would never forgive myself if I let you get hurt, Clara. I can't let you go in there. I'm sorry, Thea, but I have to see this through. Besides, I have a good feeling about this. Ah, I promise I'll come back out of there alive, Thea. Ah. Whoa. These part of the woods are a bit more lifeless. It's so dark. Wasn't it just morning? And all of these trees are so dead. The forest ahead looks very thick too. Can't give up now, Clara. Yes, cannot give up now. What does lie ahead? Thorns. It's like a shield of overgrown plants. I don't have anything to cut through these. Warning. 2 short flashes incoming. Ah, magic. They're gone. The sun shone so brightly and now they're gone. Thank you, Annamela. Ah, that was kind of a parting gift. What just happened? It looked like something just hit me, but I didn't feel anything. A spiritual sort of thing struck you. More. Oh, okay, we can't grab them. Is that... Who are you? Who are you? My name is Clara. What's your name? William. William, why are you out here all alone? I'm trying to set things right. What are you trying to set right? The past, my mistakes, my failures. Surely there must be a way to fix everything. I couldn't stop the danger. I told them. I swore I would protect them. But I would never let them be harmed. Despite my efforts, we were split apart. I thought that was the case. I foresaw the terrible fate that lay ahead. I struggled to save them. There must have been something different I could have done. My magic. I wanted so badly to use it to end the danger, yet I didn't help. I only made things worse. Maybe I shouldn't have done anything. But the danger was assured. It was terrible to behold. I must have been able to do something. Anything different. There must be something. Here. Now. Anything at all to bring them back. To fix my failures. If I could just find the right spell, if I could just find the right spell, the right move to make. Spell? Those bright lights before, did you do that? Yes, it's not working. Why isn't it working? Surely spirits in the physical form can be reunited again, not just torn apart. The creatures, it has nothing to them. There's be some way to bring them both back to me. The creatures, the ones I've been following from the father's nose. William, I know you miss them. I know you must feel so much sadness about losing them. But what you're doing is dangerous. You have no idea what you are talking about. You're just a child. You could have known what sorrow I've been carrying. You weren't even there. I must drive forward. Push. There must be a way to atone for my sins. To set everything right again. Father. I felt so awful for so long about his death. Losing him, that hole has never left my heart. I wondered for so long if I could have been a different daughter, or acted another way to make him stay, so he wouldn't have left, so he wouldn't have died. I could even admit that he was gone for the longest time. But he never would have wanted me to blame myself. Mother never made me feel like it was my responsibility, either. I know your daughter, Annamela, wouldn't want you to become yourself, either. Annamela? How do you... I'm not sure, honestly. But I know it's them, and I know how they felt. I know that they cared for each other, and for you. You can spend forever debating the possibilities, the different choices you could have made, but that only keeps you away from them longer. The longer you carry this guilt, the further it drives you away from them. You did your best. You had the right intentions, and that counts for more than you think. You're holding on to this blame is what keeps the walls up between you all. It's time to let the walls down, to let them in, and let yourself out. Amelia and Nia are both here. They both miss each other, and they miss you. How could I have known? It's hard to know sometimes, but spending forever holding on to guilt will always blind you from the happiness the future can still have. It's too heavy to step forward like this. You don't need magical tricks or my advice to make things right. You just have to let it all go. Father. These two now. Ah, Father. Amalia, Nia, sorry. It's like their names are so similar. I can't believe you're both here. We wouldn't be here if not for this strange, naive child. How did you two find each other? I thought you had both disappeared. Once we let go of our depression, our anger, our own walls came down. It let us see each other and you didn't need to be there for it. Heh. And it let us see you again. Your father had to come here alone. We won't let you follow his footsteps without holding your hand. Thank you so much. What will you all do now? Where will you go? It's long past due that we all get to go on. Thank you, child. This town has worked so hard to build itself into something beautiful. With my magic no longer painting the creatures of this land, things are in good hands. While our work has been long since done, your life still has much left to it, Clara. Clara? Thea? Thea, I'm so glad you're here. I was just... They're gone. Clara, I'm so glad to see you're okay. I promised you that I would be, didn't I? Thea, is it alright if I stay with you? I would love that, dear. But are you certain? I have no doubts in my mind. Maybe my love for this place comes from my father. Maybe my journey here has me curious. But I think we're a good fit, Thea. I want to get to know you, and everyone else, the same way he did. Well then, I better get to giving you a proper tour, huh? But dear... Well, hello there. Huh? My hands. I'm turning... Clara? Wasn't a very nice deer then, if it was trying to save your hands. Whoa. That was the case. Your hands did start to turn transparent. That was a sweet little story. A sweet little story about grief and remembrance upon the things that you once had but have been completely not shut away but sealed away by your own manifestations. Manifestations of which sprouted from the events that transpired which you couldn't fix or even mend, or... No, those are not the right words, but you couldn't prevent a catastrophe from happening. So that was a sweet little game. A sweet little adventure about all the things I just said there. Losing something is very, very, very heartbreaking. Especially if it's somebody that you've cared so much about, and this game definitely does that. It definitely gives you that sort of, thank you to my playtesters. Ah, wonderful. Ah, and my fiance. When I see the phrase by day and night, and thank you to everyone else who had helped and supported this project. I literally forgot what I was about to say as well. Hi Vitali, thank you for everything. So we've got a deer, 2 bunnies and 2 butterflies. Thank you for playing. Aww. That's a sweet little game that was. Ah, that's a sweet little Easter egg to do within the game. There's a little document up on the Etria page where you can do like a little side Easter egg, and you give this little spider a coin. That's so sweet. So that is, folks, the game by day and night. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out the game for yourself to see if there's anything in the game that I missed out, and for your own general curiosity to the game itself. And you can check out in your own pace as well and everything like that. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out the game for yourselves, play it for yourselves, and see what kind of feedback you can give to the developers of this game. It's completely for free, so you don't have to pay for anything. And if you do pay for it, then please inform the developers so that, well, then they can deal with it. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.